Start recording
I'm starting recording.
now.
I think so, yeah.
Is it moving?
Yes.
All right, great. Hey, it's Jason J. Daniel. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Jason J. Daniel. And this is Dino Ballin.
Hello.
Dino from POMP Salon in Stockton.
And I'm Dino Ballin on Twitter or Ballin Dino on Twitter, either one.
Be all in, right?
Be all
Hey, we're here tonight in Stockton. We're going to do a different thing for you, a talk show format. We've got some really awesome guests here. We've got some experts. We've got some rock stars. Hey, it's going to be fun. So stay tuned and get ready. We know you want to be here at the salon, right?
Yes.
You can't be here tonight with us, so the next best thing is
bringing it to
watching
you.
us. We're bringing it to you. We'll just stay with us, and you're going to have some fun tonight. Hey guys, thanks for joining us. We're here at POMP. It's Sunday night. It's Stockton. We have a few guests here. Things are winding down, but we're going to do our show. And this is an amazing salon. You should come out here in Lincoln Center in Stockton. Anyway, you know me, Jason J. Daniel. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And this is our awesome panel tonight. I'm going to start off by introducing Dino.
I'm Dino Ballin on Twitter and at Get Pumped.
Hi, my name is Raquel. I'm a hairdresser, new here to POMP Salon, and you can find me at Raquel's Chair on Instagram, Twitter, and soon on Facebook.
Hi, I'm Femi. I'm with Hattori Hanzo Shears. You can find me on Instagram at Tall Colored Fellow, C-O-L-O-U-R-E-D. Tall Colored Fellow on Instagram. My phone number is 916-999-1413.
We're good, right? Okay, great. We're having a conversation about what makes the perfect stylist. We talk about mentoring stylists, and they're coming right out of school. Sometimes they have the wrong ideas, sometimes they have the right ones. You're a professional in the industry. You build amazing salons. Talk about what it takes to build the perfect stylist.
Perfect stylist, that's a challenge. We're pretty happy if we just grow really good stylists. But what I want to do is remove barriers to success. We build great salons. We market them well, we market the stylist well, we provide lots of education, and we try to remove the fears that they have for building a great career. You know, there's a lot what we find is that most of the decisions that they make for determining for their career path is based on fears that they have, their price points, the salons that they choose to work in, and so really what I want to do is help them discover something inside of them that makes them feel worthy of being a great hairstylist. And that's the challenge, really, every day, to make them aware of the things that they possess within themselves.
How much do you think a good stylist can really make, especially someone that spends 6 months to a year in education?
In this town, this is Stockton, California, and it's not really known for probably high incomes, especially in this industry. But even in this town, I would expect that a good hairstylist can make $150,000 plus.
I love that. Now you're blowing my mind. Blowing my mind with that. That's a lot of money. Tell me, how do you think somebody can go from school to there, and how long that usually takes?
I think it can be done in a year or less.
If you believe in yourself, if you have passion.
If you believe in yourself and you have a work ethic, it can be done in a year.
That's
or less.
awesome. Say that again. A work
If you believe in
ethic.
it, you have to have a work ethic.
You have to work hours, hard.
You do.
And train.
And I have discovered a shortcut to success, and
Let's
I want to share it with everybody.
You're blowing my mind again. A lot of mind blowing here in Stockton. All right, how do we do this?
There is a shortcut.
And
to
how
success.
much? Vicky, amazing camera lady. How much time do we have?
2 minutes, 14 seconds.
All right, you got a minute to blow my mind even further.
The shortcut to success is working 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, for 8 months.
Wow, is that a shortcut or
That's
a long cut?
Well, it's a shortcut.
And we got our shears expert here,
Yes.
so we're talking about cutting.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
You like this?
It's commitment, but hey, 8 months is such a short time frame.
Commitment.
Yeah. Listen, if you work any less, it's going to take longer. It's about paying the price. It's about prepaying the price.
Paying the price. Have we all paid the price here? We all have paid the price. That's why we're doing this.
Well, we're all continuing to pay the price. Yeah,
Yeah.
here we are paying the price. And there is pain involved, and you can either pay the price over a 2-year period of time, a 5-year period of time, a 10-year period of time, or never. I mean, how many stylists do you know after 10, 20 years still do not have a successful career?
Wow.
And how many stylists do you know that it's taken 5 years to develop a successful career?
Wow.
How many stylists do you know? I know a stylist that made $80,000 in her first 6 months out of school. Her first full year behind the chair, she did $125,000. If she can do it, she has 2 arms, 2 legs, and a hair license. She did it here in Stockton. If she can do it, what is keeping other people from doing it? She doesn't have 3 arms. She doesn't have 3 legs. She doesn't have extra clones working for her, developing more income for her. It's her body behind a chair, solo, working and making this happen.
I love that. Well, hey, what's the final word? We're going to wrap this with the final word for an aspiring stylist.
The final word for an aspiring stylist is get your ass to work. So about a month ago, you said that you liked POMP Salon, and you were from a salon in San Francisco. Maybe we shouldn't mention the name, but it's a nice salon in San Francisco. It's a salon that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
And you were thinking about working here. And I just thought, why this doesn't happen? I've been in the hair industry for 20 years in Stockton and in San Joaquin and Stanislaus County. And normally I lose stylists to San Francisco, to San Diego, to Los Angeles. They never come this way unless there's been a major catastrophe in their lives. And one of the things you said to me that I thought was quite remarkable, you said,
That there is a movement happening in Stockton, and I wanted to be part of it.
there's something happening in Stockton positive and you want to be a part of it. That's phenomenal. Because
So, Dino, I want to talk about what you just said. Getting asses to work. I love this. Talk about getting asses to work. Expound
Okay.
on that.
yeah, another statistic is that in any field, and especially in hair, 20% of the people make 80% of the money. And the remaining 80% of the people split the remaining 20% of the money. And what I found in the salons is that the 80% of the people speak to each other and they try to figure out an angle. They try to figure out a plan. They try to figure out a way to tap into the top 20%, but none of the ways that they try to figure out involve working harder.
So now you wrote this, I call it a manifesto. You sent me this manifesto, how to create the $100,000 a year hairstylist.
Yeah.
Give us some points on that. We don't have a lot of time to get into it, and you can find it on your Twitter feed. What's your Twitter feed?
My Twitter feed
Your Twitter
is,
handle is?
Dino Ballin, or Ballin Dino, or
Ballin
Get
Dino,
Pumped.
or Get Pumped. It's going to be at the
Right.
bottom of this YouTube page, and you're going to retweet it again tonight for people that are watching this. But tell me about that. The $100,000.
The $100,000. Well, first of all, building a hair career is maddeningly slow, and a lot of people bail out around week 3, week 4. They can't make it anywhere near 8 months because I also had a restaurant. In the first, it's statistically proven that the first 3 months of a restaurant are the busiest 3 months in the restaurant's life, in its existence. But in the hair business, it's exactly the opposite. The first 3 months will feel so excruciatingly slow that you want to quit within that 3-month period of time.
So how do you not quit? How do you overcome that? How do you keep your passion? The passion you had in school? How do you keep that happening?
Well, here it is. You can't focus on today. You can't focus on tomorrow. You can't focus on yesterday. You need to focus on a long-term goal. You need to focus on 8 months from now. That's what the 8-month plan is about. So I'm not thinking about today. I'm thinking about April. I'm thinking about May. And I'm waiting for hair cycles. I'm waiting for people to rebook, and I'm waiting for new clients to double up and triple up so that I can start achieving that success. But most people, before they start achieving that success and before they start gaining those little victories that give them the confidence, self-doubt creeps in, fear creeps in, and they just quit. It's very, very difficult to spend 12 hours a day in the salon and do one haircut. You feel like you're failing, but if you get just 3 haircuts a week and you can rebook those people, that's success. That's
So you're
actually
saying
success.
focus on the little goals.
Yes.
If I'm a stylist
victories.
watching this, because we have a lot of stylists that will be watching this, how do I get out of that rut? Focus on the goals?
Yeah, you need little victories to gain confidence. Everything is baseball. A guy comes up from AAA, goes to the big leagues. It's all a mental game, and if you don't start getting base hits immediately, you start losing confidence, and you're sent back to Fresno. If you want to stay,
Paul Mitchell, Fresno, if you're watching this, we love you. Nothing bad about Fresno.
if you want to stay in San Francisco playing at AT&T Park, you got to start getting base hits, and you've got to start developing that little bit of confidence. So in the salon, you just keep keeping on. You keep doing it. You gain confidence. When you rebook your first client, your second client, when people start telling you how much they like the work that you're doing, and when they start referring people to you, you just gain confidence.
Wow.
And your career picks up steam. The girl behind the camera,
Vicky,
has been working.
beautiful Vicky.
Beautiful Vicky has been doing the shortcut. Vicky's been working 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, and within 10 weeks, she's already doing over $1,000 a week. In 10 weeks in the salon. She's from Oregon. She's from out of state. No family, no friends, not one client when she came here. She's
Except
already
all of the awesome friends here with her tonight.
Yes.
Right. So, Vicky, how much time do we have on the camera?
3 minutes, 58 seconds.
All right, you get, one more minute. This is going out to so many amazing people in the industry. Let's tell them something in a minute.
Success is all the same. It's just attaining what you want. It's getting what you want. Whether you want to learn a foreign language, whether you want to play the guitar, whether you want to build a successful career, it's all the same. It's getting what you want. And success is not determined by nature. If it was, everybody from the same family would have the same level of success. I'm trying to talk really fast here. And everybody. Well, it's not environment. If that was true, everybody within a salon, everybody in the same neighborhood, everybody in the same company wouldn't have the same level of success. It's internal. It's within yourself. So until the person decides that they are 100% responsible for their own results, then I mean it's that decision. But I think that we're raised wrong. Most of us are raised wrong.
Thanks, Dino. We're going to cut you off so
Okay.
because we're at the end of our segment.
You got me going.
I know. Raquel's here. She is a Stockton hairstylist, a hairdresser extraordinaire. She has decided to come over to POMP in Stockton to work with the amazing team here. But she's very, very good with her craft. I've seen her work on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Tell our folks where you can be found on the internet.
On Instagram and Twitter, it's at Raquel's Chair, and soon on Facebook as well.
So I'm going to have her talk about what drives her, what makes you passionate as a hairstylist.
What makes me passionate? I think it's important to always try to stay educated and find a lot of different resources where you can pull energy and where you can pull a lot of creativity. I think as a hairdresser, it's very easy to become bored and to become tired and unmotivated. So for me, I'm always trying to reach out.
You are a very educated hairstylist. How do you self-educate? Tell other stylists out there how to set themselves, how to separate themselves from others that don't educate themselves.
How do I separate myself? Is through education, period. I've been to London, I've been to Miami, I've been to New York.
Okay.
I invest my own money that I work really hard, and I spend it on investing in myself, in education.
That's awesome.
So then I could bring that and give that to my clients because that helps my business.
So you're well traveled, you've taken a look at what others do in other countries as far as hair is concerned.
Yeah.
I love that. And art, you also have a feel for art, correct? You're very artsy, and I love that about you. Talk about how art influences your hair craft.
Well, hair is art. Cutting hair and coloring hair is a craft. It's a skill that you need to have, and you do need to have a vision for it, an eye for it. And I think a lot of hairdressers, especially like really big hairdressers that we look up to, they look at art, they look at architecture. You know, when you're looking at a haircut, you're building a foundation. It's the same thing when you're building a home. You have to have that structure and that foundation. Same thing with color. You know, so art is in everything that we do when it comes to hair. And going through fashion magazines, going into a museum, or looking at cool buildings, and music too is a big influence as well.
Yeah, Vidal Sassoon was influenced by architecture.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, and that's where one of the godfathers of our industry. So if I need a stylist and I'm in Stockton, I need a hairdresser, or I'm bored with my hairdresser and he or she is not taking me to the next level, how can you take that person to the next level? Tell them about how amazing you are and why they should see you.
I hate talking too much about myself.
I'm going to talk. You're amazing. She's amazing. She's talented. I'm going to talk about her. Tell them, what is your specialty? What do you do best?
What I'm the best at is creating beautiful hair and making my clients feel the best that they could feel and the most confident that they can feel. And that's truly like my goal. That is my goal. That's what I love to do. And again, I invest in myself so I can educate myself, so I can bring something fresh every time to my client, something new that's designed just for that client to make them feel unique and beautiful, confident, successful, like $1,000,000. That's what I do. So.
Do you love women's hair over men's hair? Do you have a preference?
I love both. I love having a man in my chair. It's always fun.
You love
It's
having
very
a man in your chair. We all love having a man in our chair.
Well, men's hairdressing is different.
It is very different.
It's very different.
So men out there, you need to come see
see me.
her. Yes,
Come
see her. I'm a man. What would you give me a consultation? What would you do with my hair?
We can do so much.
I love that.
So
You're
much
gonna tell me it's
more.
awesome, right?
It's awesome.
Yeah, that's what
We
I want to
can
hear.
play with
How do you make it
style.
more awesomer?
Styling.
Styling. You would change my style?
I would change the
I
style.
would let you change my style. You see, guys, see, this is a perfect consultation. If you're a man out there and you're going to a barber you're not happy, or a lady you're not happy with, come see our amazing Raquel. Hey, the final word. What do you want to tell the folks watching you? Give them a tip about their hair.
A tip about their hair.
What's the most important thing they could do?
Use product and then get a good haircut, good color, and come to POMP Salon and check us out.
Awesome. Well, hey, it's really been nice, awesome
Thank you.
time talking with you.
Thank you.
And well, where can we find you on the internet again?
On Instagram and Twitter, it's at raquelschair.com. You can also email me at raquelschair@gmail.com.
You did say Vinny.
Well,
Intimate moment.
you know, when I drove by, I was actually eating dinner at Market Tavern, and I thought, wow, this is a really cool restaurant already here in Stockton.
Yeah.
It felt like San Francisco, and then I drove by POMP, and it was like, I need to get off the car. My husband didn't even park it. I literally just opened up the door, ran inside because it's so eye-catching and so modern. And there's nothing like this in Stockton.
Right.
And I was like, I need to work here because this is what Stockton needs.
Right.
And I thought, how cool is it that there's somebody whoever owns the salon that is bringing this to Stockton, and it's really about joining onto this positive movement that you mentioned earlier. And I felt, you know what, I could bring something here. I've trained so hard, I've worked so much, and I came to Stockton, I moved here, and I really wanted to be part of something, a solid team that's education driven, that wants to have great hairdressers, and you totally had that. And so I feel like POMP Salon is that kind of salon. It's the only salon like it in Stockton.
I think it's the embodiment of think globally, act locally.
Yeah.
It's us. It's us individuals staying in Stockton and investing in our community and trying to really make it better and just show a good,
Yeah, because
positive
Stockton
image for
gets such
people.
a bad rap.
Yes, it does.
But it really, the only way to make an impact in this town is through the people that live in it.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of people just have given up on it.
Yes.
So it's really nice to see that the people that are making differences, and you can see a lot of that in Lincoln Center,
Yeah.
are doing it. And I
And
think together we need to come
I need to
as a
interject
community.
something because my goal, in fact, wasn't just to build the greatest salon in Stockton. I travel around quite a bit, and because I'm in the salon industry, I look into salons wherever I go. And even in San Francisco, even in Las Vegas, even in Los Angeles, I don't see salons like this anywhere. I think we
We
really
are
need some.
back with an amazing friend, Femi.
I am Femi. I'm with Tori Hanzo Shears, fastest growing shear company in the U.S. Started out as a personal stylist, and then a good friend of mine, Justin Thomas, who you know from Paul Mitchell,
Yes.
he said, hey,
Rockstar.
come over to this industry, the Prodigy, come over to this industry, it's going to be the last industry you work in. And he's proving to be quite the sage. I've been with this company, Tori Hanzo, and what I love about the company is, like the company I worked at previously, they stand behind their product. They're all about education, and they're about getting the best out of each and every person they deal with. We do online, but everything is face to face. I come in your salon, I let you demo out the product, because like we were talking about, when you're in school,
Right.
your tools aren't something they educate you on. So that's my job. I come in your salon. I basically, like you do a hair consultation, I do a consultation on tools. What's your favorite cutting style? What do you do the most? What are you comfortable with? I let you demo them out. All our products have a lifetime guarantee on them. We give you 30 days to make sure you love them. And then once you do, we do a payment plan with no interest on it.
I own a pair of your shears.
Yes.
I just bought some.
Raquel does. We love your shears. And the reason why I brought you is you're an expert with shears. And we have a lot of stylists all over the nation watching this YouTube show. So we wanted to help stylists better their game. So how do you find the right pair of shears for yourself?
Well, I mean, we like to refer to your shears as your money makers. Your hands are your money makers.
That's right.
You're going to use them you should use them for 20, 30 years. So what I like to do is I like to give stylists the opportunity to actually use them, you know, get the feel for them. Your hand's going to tell you right away. And our company stands completely behind our product. So you actually get a chance to use them for 30 days and make sure they work in the way you cut, whether you're a dry cutter, whether you love slide cutting, whether you cut wet, whether you do curly hair, you like longer, shorter shears. I mean, this is stuff you don't learn in school. So it's my job to come in and basically I feel like I'm empowering you and helping you do what you want to do for your client, which is ultimately to make people beautiful. Yeah. Everyone wants to be beautiful, and that's, you know, we're here to help.
When I came out of school, I love my school, I love you guys, but nobody talked to me about shears. It was about hot tools. And I don't hate Paul Mitchell, no haters. I love Paul Mitchell.
We love Paul Mitchell.
We love Paul Mitchell, but my shears were just not at the level they needed to be. And somebody had to steal mine before I was motivated. Don't be like me. Don't get your stuff taken before you make the right decision and get the best shears in your hands. Why are your shears better than other shears?
You know
Why
what?
should I jump to yours?
A big part of what we do is we do education. So whether you're just coming out of school, or you're still in school, or you're working at an awesome salon like POMP, you know, we want you to have the best tools and we want to make them accessible. You know, you don't have to wait, you don't have to save up, you don't have to sign up for a credit card. We get them in your hands now. And one other thing I'm going to do, I know Chris and John might be mad at me, but if you guys give me a call or you mention POMP Salon, we're going to give you a 10% discount.
Whoa, it's controversial.
So if you give me a call, either 916-999-1413 or Femi at Hanzo Nation. Big part of what we do, like I said, is education. If you want us to come to your salon, get a bunch of stylists together, we'll do a class for you guys.
You guys are good.
And we'll hook you guys up with shears.
And you back up what you say.
Definitely.
You're
One
there
more
all the
thing
time.
I want to mention is we do have a nonprofit. It's called The Trade, so go to support The Trade.
It's amazing.
Women that are rescued from sex trafficking.
Yeah.
We get a lot of tools donated, and we give those to those women. So Cambodia, Mexico, Africa, South America. We want to make people beautiful. We want to do it all around the world, and we want to empower people. It's about being empowered and waking up wanting to cut some hair and loving what you do.
You have the final word, my friend. Thanks for coming out. What's the last thing on shears?
Final word, hey, I mean, invest in the best. There's nothing stopping you from getting the best tools. Your clients can tell, you know, they leave your salon. Your hair is an advertisement for your business. So if you want to be empowered, you want to get in the best tools, give me a call. We'll make it happen for you.
One more time, that phone number?
It's 916-999-1413, Femi at Hanzo Nation, or you can go to the website, HattoriHanzoShears.com.
Your shears, they raised my hair game. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. So there is a lot to overcome when when you were saying your words raised wrong. Talk about that. Let's take a few more minutes. This has been amazing.
Right. I think it's important to talk about just some simple actions that people can take. And one of the simple actions they can take is to simply write your goal down. It's said that, I've read that for New Year's resolutions, people that don't write down their New Year's resolution, like 3% of the people follow through on their commitment. But the simple act of writing it down causes people to uphold their commitment 44% of the time. That's like an 1,100 increase in results, percent increase. And so, and there's the statistic also says that 3% of human beings have a written goal. They actually write their goals down. But those 3% of human beings that do that make over 90% of the dollars in the world. And
that's good to hear because I write my goals down.
That's amazing.
I do a 6-month and then I reevaluate every 6 months. I don't do an annual because I feel like I have to be on it sooner. And
another way to look at it is that 3% of human beings have written goals, and the other 97% of the world works for those 3% of people. I mean, that's just astounding. So if you're not writing your goals down, what's stopping you from doing that? There's pencils and pens aplenty.
Nothing's stopping. The only thing that's really stopping you is yourself.
Yeah.
And I really believe that. I believe, and I tweeted this earlier today, if you don't try something, then you get nothing. Try something. Just try. That's what Dino's talking about. If you've never written your goals down, well, don't stop this video. But as soon as this video is over, you need to write your goals down. So Dino, let's wrap. This has been amazing.
What I tell people,
let's close out.
what I tell people all the time, the young stylists, is I tell them just a real simple message: do something even if it's wrong. The only sin is doing nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll leave it on that. Thanks, Dino. Where can everyone find you again? And give the address of POMP.
Okay. The address to POMP is 349 Lincoln Center, Stockton, California. You can find me at Dino Ballin, at BallinDino, at Get Pumped.
Be all in.
Be all in.
Ballin.
Yes.
Be all in. All right. We got some more guests. Thanks for hanging in. It's been a great show. All right. Well, what's your biggest challenge with running a salon?
My biggest challenge running a salon is just motivating people and making people discover their inner worthiness. And I think that's the biggest challenge. What I want to do is, you know, I've learned a lot over the years. I've learned a lot about what it takes to become a successful person, just in life in general, and I want to share that knowledge with people.
Thanks for, Dino letting me, do my video show with you guys.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Everybody's gone. We're done. So the final word is for me. I just want to talk about professionalism in the industry, about hard work and grinding. Last week I had some instances where I met some people who are in the industry, and I really feel like, and I'm going to be honest, I really feel like they don't deserve to be in our industry. And I know I'm new to the industry, but I've worked just as hard as a lot of people. And I kind of feel like that. If you want to come into an amazing salon like this, if you want to work with amazing stylists and people that have grinded, you need to be able to grind. You're a role model. That's what I feel. I feel like that you're a role model for style. You're a role model for your guests. You're a role model, of course, for your family, but you're a role model for our industry. If you want to get into our industry, and if you want to make money in our industry, don't cut your prices. Don't do stuff for free unless you're benefiting your client. Don't bring the rest of us down.
I think have respect for yourself and have respect for the industry. I think that A players like to work with other A players. Yeah. And in a nice salon, when the public walks in, they have expectations, and it's your duty to uphold those expectations.
Yeah. No slackers, no shortcuts unless you take the Dino 90-hour-a-week shortcut. Yeah. But I think that if you want to work with amazing people and you want to really be mentored, you have to be willing to work. You have to be willing to do Sunday nights like this in the salon and grind and get your brand out there. You're a role model. Don't bring the rest of us down. I say keep it classy, keep it professional. Don't lose your originality. Don't lose your personality. But don't lose your heart either. And don't just try to get into it and think you're going to make easy money overnight. If you have a strategy and you can brand yourself and you're brilliant with making money, that's fine. Don't take away from what the rest of us are trying to do. Don't take away from the professionalism that the rest of us are trying to put into this industry. Vidal Sassoon, he had his guys wear three-piece suits, and he let them take the jacket off when it was summertime. But they still kept the tie on. We're in a different time in an industry, and a different time in our industry where we don't have to wear the suits or wear the full dresses and those kind of things. But if you want to wear a suit, you should. If you want to wear an amazing dress, you should. If you want to do whatever it takes to portray to the world that you're a role model and that you know how professional you should be in our industry, do it. Don't let anyone take your originality away, but don't allow yourself to slack. Give us all a reason to be proud of you, and let us all know that you're a role model like the rest of us. So, hey, thanks for watching our video. Femi, what are we holding?
Okay, so what you've got there, you've got my 50-50 combo shear. You can cut wet and dry on that one. It's a bit.
These are amazing.
Okay, so what you've got there, we call it the HH6. It's my 50-50 cutter. It's a combo. It's going to do everything. It's your workhorse.
I love these.
Yeah. Good weight on those, right? The balance, so important. So important.
I'll try that.
What I've got in my hand right here is my swivel. I've got a double swivel. And the great thing about this is you can use it for everything. You can do all your detail work. You can do your point cutting. You can get, cleaning up behind the ears. And it's, you don't have to switch your position. So if you've got carpal tunnel, if you've got wrist issues, you want to go with a swivel. Once you start using it, you'll love it. You won't want to change.
What does Raquel have?
Raquel has the dry cutting champ. That's our kamikaze, the H1. And that is a strictly dry cutter. Again, that's where the balance comes into play. If you're cutting dry, if you're a dry cutting champ, which I know is not normal for a lot of stylists, but the more pro you get, the more you're going to do stuff with, you know, you're going to do the whole haircut dry because you can see everything. So when you fall into that range, that's when we get you the H1 right there.
What is Dino got?
Dino, of course, is a barber, so he's
got
gonna,
monster scissors.
yeah, he's gonna go for the big boy.
Man style.
What he's got there, he's got an 8-inch blade. Oh, jeez. He's got an 8-inch blade right there, and he's pairing that with our 42 texture.
These are really good for scissor or comb.
Exactly.
When I first started barbering, I used to like a $40 pair of shears, and they didn't actually cut the hair; they smashed through the hair. And these nice shears are just so much get the job.
I mean, again, the haircut is an advertisement for you, so you want your hair to look great as it grows out. And that's why you're going to charge more for your haircut.
Those are
So you
bigger
do
than
the
you.
best work with the best tools, for sure.
There we go.
And I want to talk about, you talk about these because these, when I was a new barber and you get these like really blonde hair, you're tapering, tapers are back in now.
Yeah.
Real barbering is back now, and I love
Definitely.
that. And these really do just blend. These are blending shears. I don't call these thinning shears. These are blending shears, and they blend and they taper hair very, very well.
Exactly.
So let's talk about, like, is this connected to the Kill? Is this the Kill Bill name here?
Hattori Hanzo, I mean, he made the best swords in the business.
Right.
He's got the best tools in the business. You want something that's memorable. You know, you want something that stands out. I mean, there's so many companies out there. So Hattori Hanzo, I think everyone can relate to. It's a bit comical, but we're very serious when it comes to your tools.
I love the name.
These
Yeah.
are awesome.